welcome to Liz and Liz Get Literary. My name is Liz.
And I'm also Liz.
Hi, welcome. We have
Welcome.
a very special episode today, a very special guest. But like we like to do beforehand, let's tell you what we are currently reading.
Perfect. I am currently reading Project Hail Mary. I'm almost finished. I'm going to finish it tonight. I'm very, very excited. And I'm surprisingly not overwhelmed with the world ending.
It's so well done.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah. Well, I think he put in the perfect amount of scared, and this is like not a spoiler, but he's like, oh yeah, the world will end in 50 years. But don't worry, like there's people that are qualified. There's not a lot of them, but at least I felt like there were tools, so I wasn't like panicking.
Some of those like ways that they put off, particularly thinking of what they did in the Sahara Desert, I'm like, I mean, we don't have to do it to that extent, but you could definitely start using more solar power.
Oh, for sure.
Things like now, what they did in Antarctica, it was like
shocking.
Yeah. But I thought my favorite part was when we met our friend.
Yeah.
And usually when we read stuff like that, it's so compatible. And it just wasn't. And I love that.
I thought it was, it's a very well done book. I'm having really, literally the best time. And I'm also finishing You Deserve Each Other by Sarah Ogle, which you need to read. It's so funny. It is so catty. Like, I'm well over halfway through, and she is still engaged to, like, a piece of shit. And it's, like, her inner monologue. And they're, like, fighting, and, like, they know that they hate each other, but there's, like, reasons. And I don't think there's going to be a redemption arc whatsoever. It's just, like, catty.
Is there, like, another person?
I have a suspicion.
Okay.
But yeah, so I'm reading that. It's good. I've never heard of it before. But
we've never heard of that author, so I'm excited.
I'm having a great time. What about you?
I am over 50% through A Well-Trained Wife by Tia Levings. Girl, what did you give me?
I know. Which, if you've heard that name before, a lot of people have an intense interest in the Duggars. So when their Shiny Happy People documentary came out, she talked in that about like the Gothard method and IBLP and stuff. So if it sounds familiar, she's also a really big creator and talks a lot about deconstruction from like the fundamentalist Christian point of view. Are you well?
No. I think the hardest. We talked in book club yesterday about the way like to wrap our brains around things, especially trauma, right? And I keep stopping in like the middle of a situation, and I'm like, this was her real life. Like, this is not fiction. This was the way her husband treated her is real life.
Yeah.
The spanking. We can just talk about it. The spanking sent me. And she continuously talks about how she's plain and she's all of these things. And I like looked her picture like in the back.
She's radiant.
She's gorgeous.
Yeah, even in her like seasoned-ish age now, stunning.
And I know she was beautiful. And then I said, that's why they had to.
She was too smart.
She was too smart and she was too beautiful. They had to put her down.
She was too confident.
Yep. And the whole her Clara absolutely sent me because she had no support, none, and she's just continuously beat with this narrative of like, you just need to shut up and be quiet, which we just finished The Dream Hotel, and that is exactly what they were doing in that one as well.
But the opposite, like backwards, which is how sometimes, everyone's like, oh, time moves so fast. Like, we've come so far as a society. But kind of not. It's a circle.
Yeah.
We go backwards as we go forwards. Like, as we get new technology, parents and spouses and scary people find more ways to control people and harness that into, like, submission. And it's like, you could tell through her life as technology came out, like the computers and different things that she could do, how it changed.
Yeah, it changed her. Like, having an outlet and just how alone she was and how he made her feel all the time. But, like, she accepted that because she thought this was how her life was supposed to.
Well, that's what everyone told her it was going to be.
Yeah. you know, and then for her dad to have the audacity to be like, do you really want to do this? Sir, you set her up for this. You literally set her up to believe this is what her life should look like.
And
I
would
cannot
look
wait
like.
to get to the part where she starts deconstructing.
You're gonna have a great time. It's a great book.
I literally like, because I think for people that like where we are in our lives, it seems so dystopian almost, because not maybe so much for you, but like for me, as where I'm at, I'm like, man, like this, it just like, which I had the same thought when I was watching the Duggars.
Right. Yeah, it doesn't seem real.
Yeah, it seems so dystopian.
Yeah.
But it's literally what people live probably today.
There are people that you know who raise their kids with those methods. That book, their books.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah. The blanket, when they said that Clara, because one of my like church traumas was that if you weren't baptized, you were going to go to hell. And I remember sobbing in my neighbor's arms because I thought my dad wasn't baptized and he was going to go to hell, and I was so scared that he was going to go there. And so when they were trying to say Clara was going to go to hell because she wasn't, I lost it. I was bawling. I was just like, imagine.
Yeah.
And then her talking about like being in the fog of the grief. Oh my God. Like, and no one in the church, and fuck Judith.
Yep.
Fuck them all. Sorry. Okay.
And you.
That,
it's a journey.
But it's so, I'm so glad you told me to read it.
Yeah.
Because it's informative, and because while we sometimes get so, or like it's fiction until it's not. And that's so relevant to today.
Yeah.
So between that and the Dream Hotel, which we had a huge conversation about it yesterday, and actually within the conversation, I raised my rating.
By like a whole star?
A whole star. A whole star.
Successful.
I'm also reading Mockingjay. I'm starting Mockingjay. We have a get together on Wednesday where we're going to dive deep. I brought my copy in because I didn't know what today was going to look like. And then I am finishing up Wrangled by the Alien Rancher.
Which one is that, 3?
Yes, that is with, no, that's 2. It's
Fallon.
With Fallon.
Right.
And so far he's like, his earnest, like,
I thought he was going to annoy you because he's such a little cutie baby.
Because he gets so mad at her.
I know.
And I'm like...
I know. Well, speaking of aliens, Liz and I have a crazy treat for you today. I'm sure you may have seen. We are speaking with author Mallory Marlowe. She was in my top 10 books of last year. Love and Other Conspiracies is a romance book that changed the way I view a lot of things, really, like the dynamics that people can have in books. She's so magnificent, and she has Love at First Sighting coming out in August. So excited, and we're just really, really shocked and excited to tell you that Mallory Marlowe is here.
We had no qualms with Love and Other Conspiracies. It was a 5-star read. To me, it's still a 5-star read. You had found the playlist, and this was kind of before playlists were really like blowing up online, and we were sad.
I still listen to it.
Yeah.
I listened to it in the shower the other day.
I mean, slay. And we're really on this sci-fi alien kick right now, so it fits in just perfectly. We are going to offer up Love at First Sighting for our book club in August, because we know it's going to be a 5-star amazing read.
Well, I've already read it.
Right.
And it is,
but we know.
It is a 5-star read.
Yeah.
So you know that the girlies are going to love it too. Welcome. I am Liz.
And I'm also Liz.
Easy to remember.
Yeah.
Yes. We'll quiz you later.
Yeah. No, it's so nice to meet you guys. Thanks for having me.
Of course. We emailed Yasmin, and we were like, she's not going to answer. No one is going to, like, this is not happening because, like, we just love you too much, so it's not going to happen. And she was like, of course you can talk to her. And I said, oh.
We went.
Yeah. I'm chill. I am always down to talk.
Perfect. So are we. So.
First, I have to tell you, I was just talking about, my boys are obsessed with the show Mountain Monsters.
Oh, yeah.
So when we did Love and Other Conspiracies with our book club last year, and I was literally cackling because I was reading Love and Other Conspiracies while watching Mountain Monsters, and I was like, "What is life right now?"
Right? It's what a perfect combination of all these aspects of your life.
Yes, it was hysterical, and I was like, one of the things I do is I always tease my boys because I'm like, oh, did they actually get a picture this time? And like my husband's so excited to turn around and be like, you're reading Love and Other Conspiracies. I was like, well.
Yeah. It's like, you can say that we're silly for watching our show, but look at you.
Yeah, like, the call is coming from within.
Yeah, the call's coming from inside the house, for sure.
I will never forget. I remember telling Liz, I was like, I don't know, Goodreads just like recommended this book to me. It came out like last week, and there's Bigfoot on it, and she knows, everyone knows that I'm like a cryptid. Like, I love things like weird and gross, like Mothman romances.
Oh, yeah.
I'm in there.
Oh, yeah.
Anywhere that anything can have appendages, I would like to be there. And so I read it, and I was like, hello? And then we got everyone we know to read it, and then they were even more obsessed when I was like, but did you know that the Mothman is real and he's my boyfriend playlist is real?
It is real. Yes. It is. I whipped that one out like right around the fall because there's something so like spooky season fall about, going monster hunting.
Yeah, it was the playlist is very Forks, Washington in
a
way, and I listen to it often. So
I'm so glad. I'm glad to be of service.
So what inspired you to blend like the paranormal and the conspiracies with like romantic comedy that we get like such in Love and Other Conspiracies and Love and First Sighting?
Yeah, I feel like I've always just loved the paranormal. Like, I would always want to go on a ghost tour whenever we went to a new place, or I was growing up watching all of like the America's Scariest Destinations and all, ghost adventures and ghost hunters and stuff. And so it was just always like very like ingrained in me. And like, I'm an Aquarius, and it really shows because I just really like aliens and like everything weird. So like I really fit the stereotype. So I feel like it's just like part of me. But then, like, as a reader, I loved romance. Like, I was a teenager during that, boom of the YA books where it was like Divergent, Hunger Games, Mortal Instruments, like all of these things that all had these like really pivotal romance subplots. And so for me, I was just like, well, like, yeah, every book has romance in it, surely. And so when I started creating my own stories, it felt like a really natural marriage of like these two sides of me that I just really enjoyed. And also, like, I was like, why are there no, like, haunted house romances? Like, I want, like, books where they go to a scary place and then they have to, like, hold on to each other because they're scared. Like, where's my romance with that? And so I was like, well, I can write one. That's definitely something I can do.
You did a phenomenal job.
Honestly.
Thank you.
Middle spot, too, right? We have books where, like, we're being chased by the people that look like they work at the haunted houses, and we have books where it's like cozy, we're watching scary movies on the couch, but there's nothing that's like blending the two of them together. So you just really put the perfect little pin in the niche. It's perfect.
Oh, thank you.
And speaking of, we did have one question that was submitted by someone from our book club. So
I
have to know. So on a side note of that, Hallie and Hayden have like crazy chemistry, but it's also this very much like co-host type energy. Obviously, we see throughout the book. And the people would like to know if that was inspired by anyone in your real life, or if it was inspired by any piece of media, such as Shane and Ryan.
Yeah. I was like, oh, I think I know where we're going. I would say like, I don't want to say that it was like necessarily inspired by them, but like I definitely, as I was thinking about what kind of show these two characters would create, like what would these weird millennials be talking about online, like when they're going to a haunted house? And I think it ultimately, I was like, it would just feel very similar to BuzzFeed Unsolved because it doesn't take itself too seriously. It really is playing up the jokes and then you obviously have that dynamic of somebody who's like super into this and then someone who doesn't believe in anything. So I think that that's definitely like the natural touch point. I would say like they're also kind of like a millennial, like grounded, like Scully and Mulder in a way.
So true.
Where like, Mulder is just like, well, of course it's vampires. And Scully is like, no, it could be literally anything else. So I think like it's a good combo of like Shane and Ryan as well as Scully and Mulder.
That's ideal. Mulder was my very first like
Oh yeah.
older man crush when I was little. So
Oh
still,
yeah. He can still get it.
yes, he can.
So do you have like a personal favorite conspiracy theory that you're going into this book? Like how far down the rabbit hole are you?
Oh god, I'm really far down the rabbit hole. I feel like I kind of like conspiracy theories like just for the like the curiosity of it. And so I wouldn't say that I'm like a conspiracy theorist myself, but I like hearing the wacky stories. But there are some that I'm like, oh yeah, I totally think that's real. Like I very much so believe in Bigfoot. I'm like, there's so many forests and trees. Like, there's no way you could have searched all of them. There are so many places to hide. I also am like a big alien person, so like I love a good alien conspiracy theory. And then I also find like the JFK assassination like conspiracies really interesting because it is just like there's a lot that went down that I'm like, oh, that maybe they did kill him.
I always think like had we had like these big events happen like now, there would never be a conspiracy theory because we all would have solved it in 5 seconds. Like you can't get anything past the internet now, specifically. Like,
right?
A millennial woman.
Yeah. So like I think about that too. The biggest one that holds me is John Bonet. Like I just want to know, and I'm like, man, if only like back then we had these like internet people who could have helped.
Yeah, these sleuths. Yeah, I mean, it is so interesting. Like just this age of like, the way that people get involved with true crime. Like it has its pluses and minuses. I think like somebody like could spot something in the background of a video that it helps crack a case, but then also you get people who are like doing a little too much and like getting a little bit too involved.
Have you read or heard about We Used to Live Here by Marcus Cleaver?
I have heard of it. I haven't read it yet, but I have heard it from many people that it's fantastic, so I'm excited to read it.
Whole scenario.
When you let us know, we can talk about it.
Yes, for sure. We can come and do a book club.
Yeah, because I feel like you would be the perfect addition to our spiral.
It's true. We did a whole like 3-part series on it, and then we interviewed him. And he ended the interview with more questions than we started with, and he did that on purpose. And I to this day look back at my annotation tabs, and I'm like, but what is the house?
You're like, I'm haunted by this. Like,
I literally said, as clear as day, I was like, I just need to know, is it Odin? Is it Satan? Like, clear as day. He was like, funny about Odin, and then takes me on a trip. And so by the time it's like done, I was like, wait.
What question did I even ask?
What did I say?
And he did that on purpose.
He did. So whenever you
oh my god,
please let us know, because I would love all of my notes with you.
Totally, yeah. I have been slow on my reading because I'm currently on a deadline, but like I have so many books that I'm just like really excited to read once I'm free.
I mean, we'll give you a pass. You're definitely creating art, so like please take your time. Like don't feel peer pressured, but also like when you're ready,
take your time. But
the trip, and we both read it like one day because we couldn't stop. So a brief journey for you.
That's how I am with like spooky books. Like once I'm in and it's really good, I'm like, I'm not putting this down. I'm not even like getting up to like get water. I'm here. I'm planted.
Tells you like you only used 7 hours of data this week or whatever. Whenever I'm in a deep dive of a book, it'll be like, you were only on for 3 hours a day this week, and I'm like, it's because I was spiraling in a different way.
Yeah, exactly. That is so funny.
It's a trip. It is a trip. So we have conspiracies, and we were very lucky to have already read Love at First Sighting quite some time ago. 10 stars, no notes. Speaking of, you're on a deadline. Is there anything about your deadline you'd like to share? Are we going into another another realm? Where are we going?
Oh, not quite another realm, but we are leaving LA as a
Ooh.
setting. So I am on a deadline with my third book, which has been announced. It's called Entities to Lovers.
Yep.
And it is about two rival ghost tour guides who they end up cursed to never leave each other's sides. Because they've pissed off a matchmaking ghost. And so now they have to find a way to break the curse while also not liking each other. And we'll see what happens when they end up having to, be stuck with each other 24/7.
All my favorite tropes.
It's just, when you announced it, I was like, Liz, it's going to be called Entities to Lovers.
Yeah.
And she was like, no.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
We're ready.
So we're ready to be on the ride.
No, it's a super fun book. I can't wait for everybody to get to read it. It's just the same amount of weird and goofy and spooky. But this one, I can confirm that the ghosts in that book are real. Like, there are actually ghosts.
Perfect.
There's no, are they real or are they not real? Ghosts are real.
How does Hallie feel about that, do you think?
Well, I won't give anything away because we might find out how she feels.
Get an episode about it. I'm not saying anything. Don't even blink. It's gonna be fine. That was not a reveal.
No.
You're saying that it's still gonna be goofy. I'm so glad to hear that because I think one thing that every single person in book club said is that they were cackling.
Yeah.
And that we read a lot of ooey gooey, like perfect romance books, flawless, no notes.
Yeah.
But it's hard to have it be real goofy and not take you out of it. Like, how can we be swooning and cackling and horny? It doesn't make sense.
Yeah.
But with your books,
it made a lot of sense.
Yeah, it makes a lot of sense. And how, does that come natural to you? Like, blending the vulnerable with the funny? Like, is that your coping mechanism? Like, what?
Yeah, I think that it does come pretty naturally. I feel like I'm a weirdo, and so my characters are always gonna come across as weirdos too. But I also feel like I think humor is such an attractive trait in a person, and so I will fall for somebody so much quicker if they have a great sense of humor. And so I think that that's when you're making a character especially a male character, when you're trying to make him really endearing. For me, it's yeah, he's got to be pretty funny. He's got to have jokes and, also not take himself too seriously. Both Hayden and Carter are kind of they're goofy. They're silly guys and, they have good intentions, but they're also just a little bit strange. And we love that for them.
They're just silly ghosts.
They are.
Yeah, they're silly gooses. Yes.
Oh, that's true. Carter, just on a side note, this is a lot of side notes because we just have been dying to talk to you.
Yeah.
We go on a lot of side quests, so
all good. I love a good side quest.
Carter is maybe one of my favorite book boyfriends of all.
Really? Oh, that makes me so happy. I love him so much.
I was surely we're not gonna get better than her millennial Mulder. But we really went somewhere, and I was like, oh my! He was so nerdy and also golden retriever. But also, when it came down to it, he was not shy.
No.
He was all filthy. He was a perfect blend of everything you could possibly be looking for.
Oh.
And a human, and I loved him. So.
Well, and also that brings us to the next question. How do you think things like destiny, fated love play in modern relationships? How do you feel about all that? How do you think it would? What drew you to that?
The concept. Yeah, no, I think that's something that I definitely really feel is a through line in all of my books, and I'm really drawn to characters where they find that person who just gets them. And I think that is it is kind of hard in a modern setting because you're interacting with so many people because we have the internet. So it's you are connected to so many people, but then it's are all of those people your best friends? Are you going to fall in love with them? No, it's you have access to so many people, but they aren't your person. And so I feel there is something really special about when you find that person who breaks through the noise. And so I feel that's very much so how Hayden and Hallie are. They, they're both really lonely people who are like looking for somebody to just get them. And same with Elle and Carter, like both of them really just want somebody who sees them for who they are. And that's like really at the crux of like why they love each other, is there's an authenticity that they can share with each other that they don't have for, with other people.
That's true. They really feel like puzzle pieces, both pairs.
Yes.
In a way that you don't have to try too hard. Like, you don't have to squint and see them together, like, pieces, but like maintaining their identities, which we also really appreciated. So
you never question, like, sometimes I'll see afterwards, like, they definitely would have stayed together. They never once crossed my mind.
No.
I was like, no. It was, of course, they're going to be together for always and forever.
Forever,
and for life, like
exactly.
Yeah.
In other dimensions.
Yeah.
For sure.
For sure.
I answered this question a little bit, but I just want to dive like farther into it. Is pacing and like the mix between like heavier, like scarier, intense moments and like the softer moments, is that something that came natural to you? Or did you like have to work at that kind of like balance?
It took a little bit of massaging, because I do think that, like, especially with like a book like Love at First Sighting that has a very heavy external plot, I wanted to make sure that the mystery came through, right? And like I was hitting all of the beats and stuff. And so then you kind of, ease in the romantic moments. And I try to not do like, this scene is plot and this scene is romance. I really try to marry them together as best as I can. Like, what, if they're sneaking around like some, secret hideout, like, how do I get them physically closer to each other? Or like, what can he do that shows Elle that he really cares? Or like, how can they utilize their skills as like turn-ons in a way? Like, what can she do to really impress him, like, while they're on this adventure? So I try to like up the romantic tension, like in those moments as much as I can. That way, like, it feels like there's still a through line and you're not like setting aside the romance for the plot.
Yeah, and it really, like you said, it wasn't like one chapter, okay, here's a car chase.
Yeah.
And then the next chapter, we're making out on a desk. Like, it was really like, perfect.
Yeah.
I'm not spoiling anything I'm saying.
Yeah. It's like we are making out on that desk because we were working, clearly.
Exactly. I just happened to also take my underwear off. It's not.
Yeah, it just happened.
It was work.
Yeah.
Like, I just fell and, was naked. It's fine.
It just happens. I feel like it's very.
Yeah. I mean, their endorphins are really going crazy after not your first car chase of the book.
Yeah, no, it's true. I mean, that's like why on shows like The Bachelor, they always like have them doing like bungee jumping, or like they have to climb somewhere like high, or they have to face their fears, because apparently like you grow more physically attracted to somebody when your adrenaline is high, which it was like super fascinating to learn that. And I was like, okay, all right. So like, it isn't totally unreasonable that they would be like hot for each other after this showdown.
Nope.
No.
That's why we had the question. Like 0% was questioning, how did they go from, we just found out that, I'm not going to spoil it because it comes out. And like, when this comes out, it'll be out 2 weeks from now. So everyone has to pick it up. But we have some really intense, like, Carter revelations.
Yeah.
And somehow, some way, it makes perfect sense that we're not being wholly on a desk.
In the workplace, yep. I can't wait for my parents to read that.
You're so much better than me. If I did anything that way, I would like, you are banned from bookstores. I would.
I was like, everywhere. I told them, like, you can read whatever you want, just don't talk to me about it.
You are an adult and you are free choice. However,
reading your child's smut is a choice.
It is. It's really, it's weird, but you get used to it. Like, once I did the first book, I was like, okay, like I ripped the Band-Aid off. They can take it. They're adults.
They'll be totally fine. No worries.
Yeah.
Okay, so one of the aspects that I love was the podcasts and the web stuff. So do you have a background in media? Do you do production? Was that just something fun that like just really fit in, or like how did that come about?
Yeah, so I do have a background in entertainment. I went to school for screenwriting, and so like I knew I wanted to go into the film industry. So I didn't really start at like a company like Scroll or, you know, in podcasting, but I did have a lot of just like inside knowledge about like how that side of the business worked. I had a bunch of friends who worked and interned at BuzzFeed, so or other like, you know, tech startups and stuff. So like I kind of knew how those workplaces worked, and what the, you know, what the inner rhythms of those spots were. So I definitely am interested in the idea of like interstitials and getting like those mixed media elements in there. I think that it's really, really fun. To, you know, and also an interesting way to tell a story. Like I always hope that there are little bits of actual plot and story that people get through all of those. And so I'm not just, like putting them in there for fun. I'm like, there's a reason.
But they were also like fun, you know?
Yeah.
They can be both a plot device and a fun little break.
Yeah, totally.
So, you said you were started in, you know, screen, and you were hoping to maybe like get in there. If your books were to become adaptations of some kind, would you prefer that they were like dramatized podcasts or shows, movies?
Ooh.
Do we have a, you know,
I had never actually thought about like a dramatized podcast. That would be actually pretty cool.
I'm obsessed with this. RuPaul did a few years ago. That was like a murder mystery. I don't know if I'm talking about, but like Kristen Bell was in it. Everyone famous was in it. But like Ru was like the host. I think about it often. Like when I can't sleep, I will like do this murder mystery like RuPaul in my head.
Yeah.
That you really were into that you would probably like Baraska.
Okay.
Have you heard of that one?
I think I have. Yeah, it sounds familiar.
Yeah, it was a Reddit no sleep thread.
Oh, yes.
Rebecca Klinger. We'll put it in here. Rebecca.
Yeah, I'll look it up. No, that sounds really cool because I love no sleep.
yes. But then Cole Sprouse like signed on and reached out to like people and like made a dramatized like audio book out of it, but it was in episodes, and it like single-handedly
really
changed
cool.
our mystery thriller podcast like life.
Yeah, she would like FaceTime me and be like, I know you're never gonna listen to this, but listen to this. And I'd be like, thank you for that. I really needed that in my life. Thank you.
So I know you probably don't have a lot of time for reading, but it's on
listening.
It's everywhere. So
Baraska. No, I gotta look it up because I do also really like Cole Sprouse. So
who doesn't like Cole Sprouse? So that leads the question. So that's an option for you.
Yeah, totally. I do feel like I would love to see movies. I don't think like there's enough content for a TV show. I think it would just take, you know, it might be a little bit boring and slow over like 8 episodes, but a movie I feel like would be great for both of them. I would really love to see Love at First Sight and get a movie at some point because it's just like, it's action packed. It feels really in line with like, you know, things like The Lost City or The Fall Guy. Yeah, that was those with Ryan Gosling. Like these kind of action adventure rom-coms that I think are really, really fun and people seem to really be liking right now. So I would love to see that get a movie one day. Anybody in Hollywood wants to make it happen.
Let me assess that real quick.
I would love to because we would love to see it. And I mean, maybe it's just because it's my For You page, but I still see Mulder Scully edits every single day on my For You page. Now it's really like K-pop Demon Hunters. It's kind of both.
Yeah, but a lot of that too.
million likes on these, so there is 1,000% a possibility that Carter and Elle would explode.
Pop off. Yep. Yeah. No, I'm hopeful. One day that would be really, really awesome.
Do we have a Carter fan cast? I know that
I actually don't
on your Instagram like some inspo boards, but I don't know if we have a fan cast.
There's like a guy that I use who's like a model, so he's not an actor. Like I would very much so want somebody who like, you know, can act the part. But I use him like for like the visuals, but I don't really have a Carter like actor cast for it? And like, if you guys do, I would love to hear. Maybe I'll like put something out on my Instagram story. Like, who do you guys picture? Because I don't know. He's tough.
But we will. I'll think about it. Carter.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, because the people I'm thinking of are like aged out now. Like my first was like Matt Smith.
Yeah, that's such an interesting pick. Yeah, but like that very goofy energy. Like I could totally see him doing that. And you know, we know he looks good in a suit.
I've seen him in a skinny tie. I know what he looks like.
Yeah. Yeah.
But yes, I don't know. I would have to think of like a young.
No, I know that's like one of the questions I have to think about more often and have an answer ready to go, but I have not found the right person yet. So
we'll marinate on it. We'll DM
you. Yes, we'll marinate.
And be like, sorry to bother you, but
sorry, it's 4 a.m.
No, perfect. Yeah.
Yeah, because I tend to have this problem where all the men in my books are like the same 3.
Yeah.
So,
she does have that problem.
Yeah.
I'm not even gonna bother because it probably doesn't match at all. Like, I mean,
no,
we'll get into it. We'll figure it out.
Yeah,
we'll take the time. So you've given us some little drops of what you're working on, but are there any romantic tropes that you are absolutely dying to write?
Yeah, I would love to write fake dating because I have not done that yet, and I do just love that trope. I think it's so juicy. I really like second chance romance, so I would love to put a second chance romance out there in the world. I'm trying to think of what else. Yeah, those are the 2 big ones that I'm like, I love these tropes, and I really want to do something with them eventually, because I've tackled, friends to lovers and opposites attract, and now, with entities to lovers, enemies to lovers. I would say the ones more like actually like rivals to lovers, because they're not really like, they're like 25 and like work retail. Like they don't really have like a mortal enemy that is like a threat to their life.
But it probably feels that way.
It feels that way, but it's like you're okay. You're just being dramatic. So
you're okay. Take a breath.
Yeah, you're okay. Yeah,
yeah. As a retail worker, so I'll be there. I'll be sad. So, well, perfect. So we know that there's going to be some entities, right? Some ghost stores. We've had aliens. We've had, obviously a slew of cryptids mentioned in Other Conspiracies. Is there a cryptid? This is my personal question, not even on the list. Is there a cryptid that you personally would like to see in a romance novel written by yourself?
I mean, I would love to write a vampire book.
Right.
Yes.
So, yeah, I have an idea in the pipeline that I would love to work on in the future that has vampires in it. And that would be really, really fun. Also, because I just think, like, the lore is so all over the place, and, like, there have been so many different iterations of what vampires could be. So I would love to just, kind of get goofy with it and, have fun. Like, not take myself too seriously.
Yeah.
There are, yeah.
And like too, like there's so serious, crazy. Then there's, what is the romance novel where he conjures fruit? My roommate is a vampire.
Oh yes, yeah.
If they really, that's like the coziest you could possibly get.
Right.
There's bloodletting of any kind in that book, which is fine. But I guess you could crush a vampire romance.
Yeah, I would love to do that one day. I think it would be really, really fun. So we'll see. We'll see. Yeah, we'll see. We'll see if Berkeley is down for that. I'll be like, hey, I know vampires are hot again, so
coming back. Like, I'm so excited because they really are. I feel like they really kind of took a backseat to Faye, and that now I feel like we're kind of coming back into a resurgence.
Yeah. I've been reading multiple vampire books recently, actually. So
and I honestly, I've been in like an alien kind of. I did. I did Dungeon Crawler Carl, Project Hail Mary, and then there's this alien romance.
I'm sure she knows. We're reading the Cowboy Colony Mail Order Brides by Ursa Dax.
I actually have not heard of that, but that sounds so interesting.
So they're like Also, we record in our local bookstore, so we have all these right here. But there's 5 of them, 6 coming out. Yeah, so Married to the Alien Cowboy is book 1.
What? Yeah, she is married to the alien cowboy. That's awesome. They really tell you exactly what you're getting. I do love that about some of these like paranormal romances. I'm like, they tell you exactly what this book is.
I mean, the series title is so long: Cowboy Colony Mail Order Brides. Right.
That is so funny.
It is humans that sign up to go to a different planet and marry aliens.
I am invested in that. I would like to try that for real. Like, get me off the planet.
We are both happily married, but like, if that was a program, I'm not saying.
Yeah, you're like, if I could.
Why choose?
I mean, I was about to apologize because I'm sure when you were like going to get on, you were like, this isn't probably where you thought the conversation was going. But then I was like, no, I think this is exactly where it was.
It is. Yeah. No, for me, the more bonkers, the better. I am happy to go totally off the deep end. That's cool by me.
It's really, you would be surprised how little of people we actually get to have conversations like this with, because normally we're met with, oh, how nice.
Yeah. Well, it's because we keep shooting for the moon, right? And we keep getting like Marcus Cleaver, like these very serious, like big hitters on our show. And then we're like, hello. We're not weird. About kangaroo aliens boinking all over the place. That's not at all what goes on in our homes.
I prefer to think we're very well-rounded.
Yeah, totally. No, it's like you read with an open mind, and that's what's important.
Yeah, and I just think, like, as someone who has perused No Sleep and creepypastas for literally my entire life, and also loves smut, this was the best outcome that I could have possibly found as an adult. So thank you so much for that. It was the perfect segue of all of my personalities.
I said, is this about us?
Truly. Really.
I mean, I every time someone's like, hey, like, give me a recommendation, I'm like, how do you feel about Bigfoot?
Like, how do you feel about Bigfoot truthers?
Yeah, like, how do you feel, like, mountain monsters, and how do you, like, what's because I love Bigfoot, and then
we'll see. Yeah, we get like a temperature check.
Or
trick them. Like, what do you think about only one bed? Like, you know, no room at the inn, forced to share a workspace. You know, like a podcast, and then it's like, by the way, it is about cryptids, but you should read it.
Yeah,
I've never had anybody say anything but wonderful things.
So you've made believers out of people, which is, you know, that's the goal.
It's true. Our in-person romance book club that we host here in our town has about 45 people.
Wow, that's pretty good.
We did not even have a 4-star. It was literally 5 stars. And we have people in there that are in their 60s and 70s.
Oh.
And we have people in there that are 18. So you are really crushing it.
Universal. Yeah. Everybody loves Bigfoot. Yeah. I mean, you might run a preface to people when you're like, do you like Bigfoot? Be like, he's not the love interest.
I have a rec for that, but this is not what that is.
It's just not it. Yeah. It's like those are most definitely out there. Can't confirm, but he's a guy. He's a dude.
Yeah. When it comes time, we're definitely doing Love at First Sighting in the book club next month. Like we can't not. You know what I mean? It's just like, come on, guys. We know we're gonna have the best time.
And then we'll be sat for Entities to Lovers, which is
pretty already sat.
Yeah. Yeah, so, and that one will be October 2026, so it'll be like a perfect Halloween book. It's
you are like, please, I love you in the most healthy way. Thank you for that.
Yeah, it's gonna be the perfect time too.
Yeah,
that's perfect.
You know, one of these days, my husband's really gonna look at me and just be like, I have questions,
and we don't have answers.
No,
it's okay.
And that's how the universe works.
Yes, the truth is out there. If you want to look for it, I don't have to tell you.
I can lead the way.
Exactly.
Yes.
I have some. No, I would never share these with my husband. He's like, not these. These are really great. But like, what is actually wrong with you? You know?
Yeah.
Mothman. What is the Mothman book I read? Oh, the Sweet Berry Farms books.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
I can't.
She did have a line drawn.
Yeah, I
loved
can't
him.
do Mothman.
He was so cute.
There was a scene where she said that his tongue came undone from the window outside.
He was in a tree right outside her bedroom window. How romantic. You don't need to throw pebbles.
Yeah, I mean,
just put it,
Yeah, no, I mean, logistically, I'm like, well, yeah, he would have a tongue like that, wouldn't he?
Exactly. And also, he was based off of Dr. Spencer Reed, so I'm gonna read that book. I'm gonna read that book every time.
Yeah, hot Spencer Reed Mothman. That's a combo. I love it.
I mean, if you needed inspiration, here you go.
Right? Well, enough of the vampires. We're gonna make nerdy Mothman romances now.
Exactly. And as we all should. So now that you know how freaky the freak can be,
Oh yeah.
Thank you so much again for coming on. Cannot believe this.
Of course.
That we're even having. So it's been a pleasure.
I knew we're gonna be like just so. It's such a great conversation. Like I was like, I cannot wait to fangirl.
No, this was so fun. We definitely are birds of a feather, I think.
We'll stick together.
Perfect. We'll be circling back to our friend in Gmail when it's time for Entities to Lovers.
Yes.
So seriously, congratulations on all
Thank
your
you.
success with Love Other Conspiracies, and in 2 weeks with Love at First Sight.
Yes.
I cannot wait for everyone.
I know. I'm so excited for it. It's gonna be a blast.
And do you want to tell everyone, like, if you're going on any kind of like tour, book signings, if you'll be anywhere, you can let our listeners know.
Yeah, so I will be doing a couple of local events in the LA area or Southern California area. So I'll be at the Rip Bodice in LA on August 15th, and then Heartbound Bookshop in Anaheim on the 16th, as well as the San Diego Book Festival the following weekend, and then a couple of the other events I'm appearing at. Love and Tech Book Festival, Fall Into Books Fest, and Love LitCon early next year. So I can't wait to see everybody.
I know, and maybe you'll see us. You never know. We're looking at for next year, so
sure.
No, if I would love to. If you guys end up at any events, do let me know.
We will bring you a Spencer Reed Mothman shirt for your closet that you can wear in any way you want.
I will make sure to wear it to all of my important work meetings. We're like, what is that on your shirt? Don't ask.
And also, let us know if you read any of these books, because I'd love to chat with you about them.
Absolutely.
I know your insight. You're like you know how you're like, I had to consult an expert.
Yeah.
The expert. So
yes. It's a high esteem, so thank you.
You're welcome.
Truly. So, Julia, thank you so much for coming.
Yeah, thank you. This was so much fun.
Yeah, and we will see you soon.
All right. Bye.
Bye.
Okay, so we'll stop the recording.